Tonight we report on changes coming to our power bills and why Moses Lake is considering ending their ambulance service. What's the latest in sports, Bob?
Ephrata Soccer advances to the quarterfinals and Big Bend Volleyball is eliminated from postseason play. Let's take a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
Well, we just missed our first significant snow. Oregon, southern section of the state, saw most of it today. We're looking for just mainly cold temperatures. All the details coming on up.
I'm Alan Troop, and we have all this and much more on iFiber One News.
From the iFiber One HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFiber One News, your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFiber One News, and it starts now.
Electricity rates are going up. The Grant PUD commissioners approved a series of rate increases Wednesday afternoon after 3 votes on 2 proposals. Rates are increasing by 2.4% for residential customers, 3.5% for irrigators, 3% for commercial customers, 3.5% for smaller industrial customers, 2.5% for agricultural food processors, and 0.5% for large industrial customers. PUD spokesman Chuck Allen said the change leaves the average residential customer paying about $2 more each month for electricity. The plan should increase the utility's revenue by 2%. The changes are based on how much it costs the utility to serve each group of customers. The commissioners want customers' rates to be closer to paying what it costs the utility to serve them. Moses Lake firefighters stopped by Knowles Vista Elementary School this morning, bringing new coats for children in need as part of the Operation Warm campaign. Reporter Jeff Chu was there and has the story.
15 firefighters with Moses Lake Fire Department helped put some warmth in the lives of 100 needy children at Knowles Vista Elementary School. Moses Lake Firefighters Local 2052 sponsored the first Operation Warm event at the Moses Lake School. Many of the children that received coats through the program Thursday morning walked away with smiles after firefighters sized them up with new colorful winter coats. Travis Pulliam, a Moses Lake Fire Department firefighter medic and vice president of Local 2052, said the union and community raised about $3,000 to purchase 108 coats.
It's maybe silly, but it makes me feel good. That's part of the reason all of us became firefighters and became EMTs or paramedics, because we like helping people. It makes us feel good to be able to, reach people on a personal level. And there's just another step in that same direction. So. And then especially with kids, nothing better than putting a coat on a kid. Makes you feel good and know that they'll be warm through the winter.
Pulliam said the union firefighters want the program to grow in Moses Lake, and they purchased only American-made coats to help create jobs at home.
I'm going to do it every year now and hopefully hit every school in Moses Lake eventually.
Knowles Vista Elementary School Principal Nikki Mackey was pleased with the outcome of Operation Warm.
It's exciting for them to know that they get to come to school and be warm and they're going to be taken care of. It's good to see our community coming together to help support everything that we do.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFiber One News.
Moses Lake City officials are examining whether the city should have an ambulance service. Councilmember John Lane suggested looking at ending the city's ambulance service after a report showing residents paid roughly $769,000 to subsidize the service this year, and it was still losing money. City records show the service losing roughly $239,000 in 2014. The report includes the $2.80 per month increase in the ambulance fee. Finance Director Robert Taylor said the increase hasn't impacted the service's financial situation. Lane pointed out the ambulance service will owe about $400,000 to the city's water and sewer budget by the end of the year. Lane said the ambulance service employees are professional and do a great job, but with the rate the city is subsidizing, the service needs to be examined. The Ephrata Food Bank is hoping to keep up with demand during the holiday season, but the food bank is lacking resources to handle both Thanksgiving and Christmas. Reporter Devin Higgins has the story.
Thanksgiving's just 2 weeks away, and the Afraid of Food Bank's trying to keep its shelves stocked in preparation for the rise in holiday demand. This week, Safeway's giving a $1,000 donation to help the food bank's continuing backpack program, which gives food to local underprivileged students of all ages. But General Manager Mike Donovan said the food bank lacks the resources to handle both the Thanksgiving and Christmas rush.
Thanksgiving is one of those times of year when people feel like giving is a wonderful thing, and it is a wonderful thing for us to receive, but we do not give out Thanksgiving baskets. We only give out Christmas baskets with toys at that time, mainly because we can't afford to do both. We'd love to be able to do both, we just financially can't afford to do it. We're very fortunate in the area, the community that we live in here. We have all the agriculture around us that you can imagine for fresh vegetables and fresh items, and we have a stockpile of that right now. But still, it takes other types of food items to make a Thanksgiving basket, like the turkey and the bread and everything that comes with it. So we just can't afford to do both.
At the Afraid of Food Bank, Devin Higgins for iFiber One News.
And now we take a look at people being sought by law enforcement.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We'll be right back after this.
Attention business owners. The deadline is fast approaching to advertise in the 2015 edition of the Moses Lake Local Book. Don't be the only business left out. In print or online, it's the best way to reach your customer when they're ready to buy. Call today to place your ad by calling 877-738-9829 or by visiting us online at www.statewideyp.com. The Moses Lake Local Book Telephone Directory. Simply the best advertising.
At Moses Lake Community Health Center, we have had the privilege to serve the local community since 1978.
What I like about working at this clinic more than any other clinic that I've worked at is the patient care. With the patient care team that we've assembled, it allows us to take care of as many facets of the patient and their family's needs.
Please take the opportunity to experience the high-quality care provided at our clinics.
Well, hi there, everybody. Meteorologist Don Morello with you here on iFiber Channel 1 News Weather. Hopefully you enjoyed your Thursday. Your forecast is brought to you by Bud Cleary Toyota Dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Well, what's not going anyplace is the temperature. The headlines calls for temperatures to change very little. The next several days will remain way below normal. I don't have to tell you that. It's chilly out there with that winter chill. Lots of sunshine, though. That means dry and cold weather continues right through the weekend. But a slow moderating trend, possibly the lower 40s by midweek next week. But till then, pretty much status quo with the temperatures. 35 and 17, speaking of temperatures for the extremes today. Look at the record low. It could be worse. Yep, could be. 4 degrees. The record low, 61. Boy, wouldn't that have felt nice this afternoon. Now in Moses Lake, a little bit more cloud cover and even a few spits of a light flurry here or there, particularly south of Moses Lake. And there's still a chance through the evening hours for a flurry, but generally nothing significant. 35 and 17, the extremes there. Now currently 27 degrees. We'll call it fair to partly cloudy skies here in the city. More clouds further south you go. Dew point 5 degrees, light winds, clearing skies, dew points in the single digits. It's going to be a cold start to our Friday morning. Now here we're looking for about 18 to 20, but some of you may fall near 10. So pretty chilly. Now here's the situation. All the snow, you might have heard about it just to our south. Again, there have been a few flurries in southern sections, but you can see how things continue to dry out and push away overnight tonight through the day on Friday, and that's where we'll sit right through the weekend. Sunny and dry with the cold temperatures remaining well in place. What we want is to start seeing things coming in from the southwest to warm us up, and that's not really going to happen until midweek next week. In the meantime, the state forecast, you can see, wow, nothing but suns. West of the Cascades, a little milder in the mid-40s, whereas the inland northwest, upper 20s and lower 30s. Clouds last to leave the state, of course, in the southeastern sections. But here in the Columbia Basin, boy, we are looking pretty out there with sunshine. And you'd think the sun would heat us up. Not so with this Arctic air mass in place. Mid-30s the highs. Winds may be a little gusty, so it might actually feel a little colder than that. Maybe 20s for wind chills a good portion of the day. And as we take a look at the 7 days, we're not looking for much in the way of any change, folks. Looking for the cold weather through the weekend, some clouds increasing with a little Pacific moisture coming our way early to midweek next week, but no significant precipitation, probably not until Thursday night, Friday. Maybe, cross your fingers, maybe some 40s by midweek next week. Keep it here. You know what's coming up. Sports, so don't go away.
You don't need me to tell you that 4 and all-wheel drive time is on its way. But maybe you didn't know your local Toyota dealers are gearing up for the season with special savings on our top-selling 4 and all-wheel drive models. From tough Tundra trucks to our best-selling CUV RAV4 or Benza, the perfect blend of all-wheel drive with safety and style. Plus many others. The bottom line is exceptional 4 or all-wheel drive savings just in time for winter. For full details on these and other savings, visit any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Searching for that perfect place to settle down? Whether you're looking for an elegant single-story, spacious two-story, or a custom home on acreage, Aho Construction can aid your decision with a streamlined production process that saves time, money, and natural resources. Compare us to other builders and see for yourself what advantages you can get by choosing an Aho home. Our philosophy is that we do things right the first time around. Start planning your dream house today with Aho Construction. Call 509-766-1366.
Ephrata picked up a 3-1 first-round state match win over Fife on the Tigers' home field last night. I was on hand for the fuss that had all in attendance huddling to stay warm the entire 80 minutes.
It was a frigid afternoon in Ephrata with the mercury dipping below the freezing level at the start of the match. Kim Bennett heated things up for the number 2 ranked Tigers with a goal 5 minutes into the fuss. That was the lone score the first 30 minutes as both teams misfired on scoring opportunities. Berryman gave Ephrata a 2-goal cushion when she launched a shot over the Trojan keeper's head with 3 minutes to go in the first half. The Tigers didn't get much time to celebrate as Fife responded with a goal in stoppage time to get back in it. Things got a bit tense in the second 80 minutes of play with the Tigers holding the slim lead. Berryman settled the contest with a goal in stoppage time, and Ephrata held off a pesky Fife club for the win. The senior outside midfielder was ecstatic after the win, but said it wasn't an easy one by any means.
Kind of struggled in the beginning, but we got it. I knew we would.
The win sets up a quarterfinal home match with West Valley of Spokane Saturday. This is the deepest postseason run for the Tigers in 15 years. Ephrata finished 4th in 1999. Coach Hillary Coombs says she thinks this team has what it takes to get back to the Final Four this season.
I think, the players, the talent, the drive, the want, and the willpower that this team, they can get there.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right. The winner of Saturday's match moves on to the semifinal round at Shoreline Stadium next weekend. Big Bend Volleyball needed a win to keep their season alive, but fell short playing at Columbia Basin. The Vikings lost in 3 straight sets, 25-20, 25-22, and 25-12. Kristen Stanley had 8 kills and 23 assists, leading the way for Columbia Basin. Peyton Clark had 6 kills and 19 assists for Big Bend, while Kennedy Bell had 11 digs. The Vikings finished the season at 6-8 in conference play and 18-18 overall. Big Bend finished 5th in the NWAC East region, 1 game behind Wenatchee Valley for the 4th and final playoff spot. The Manta Rays aquatic swim team competed in the Harvest Invite meet in Yakima over the weekend. The team turned in an outstanding performance with a 3rd-place finish. The Manta Rays are back in the pool at Moses Lake High School a week from Friday. Warden and ACH volleyball play first-round matches at the Sun Dome tomorrow. We'll be right back after this.
Just when I thought the blizzard couldn't get any better, DQ put the blizzard inside a waffle cone. This is mind-blowing. So when DQ asked me how I would tell the world, I said... Sounds better in Italian.
Pretty impressive, Liz. Any blizzard, like confetti cake, now in a fresh baked waffle cone. This is fan food, not fast food.
We believe. We believe in home and all the magical things that come with it. We believe in living rooms with forts made from sofa cushions and blankets. We believe in the man cave, the woman cave. And finally, we believe that our calling in life is to find the home that's perfect for you. Coldwell Banker, fulfilling dreams for over 100 years.
Frontier Middle School student Devin Dietrich joins us again for tonight's Spotlight story and explains what students are learning in the school's video production class. Here's a look at some of the students' projects.
My name is Devin Dietrich, and today I will be telling you about the Frontier Middle School video production class and the projects that they make for the school every single day. What do you think is the future for TV?
I think that it will stay on the internet and that cable will stick around.
Standing beside me is Molly Guzman, a Frontier Middle School video productions classmate. So what do you do in video productions?
We plan our videos and then we shoot them and then we edit them and then we show them to our classmates and they critique them.
So do you want to be on TV and broadcasting in the future?
It's definitely one of my big choices that I would like to do because it's fun doing it right now.
Standing beside me is Mr. Gintoli, the teacher for Frontier Middle School video productions. So, Mr. Gintoli, what's your favorite part about teaching video productions at Frontier?
Well, Devin, I love it that the kids get to be creative and have a different kind of outlet than your normal class where it's reading, writing, science, math, but it gets to incorporate a lot of those things into the class by writing scripts and producing things and editing videos, and so it just allows a different outlet for the kids, and it's cool to see their creativity.
How does video productions impact the students?
Well, you know, like I said, I think it gives them just a different opportunity here at school as an elective to kind of see a 21st century skill that maybe they don't know about, that there's a lot of video production and a lot of things that they're involved with, whether it be a TV show they watch or a commercial that they see, or just so many different things are video based nowadays, and so it just gives them a kind of a preview into that and maybe a possible, you know, thought of careers in the future that they may not think about.
Where do you think the internet will go in the future?
Well, as far as like our video class would go with the internet, is that you can already see this, that even like, you know, iFiber News, and you can start to see even locally here in Moses Lake that businesses have commercials locally that maybe they wouldn't have had before that they can put onto the internet. And so that there's a big connection to video production even within that, even in smaller communities where, like I said, advertising would have been different 5 years ago, and now it's going to be very much, you know, video, internet based for a lot of advertising and things like that.
This is Devin Dietrich at Frontier Middle School for iFiber One News.
Thank you, Devin, and we'll be right back after this.
As the summer has quickly approached, we all enjoy the family barbecue and kids playing in the sprinkler. However, many drivers are distracted and are seldom focusing on what's important while driving. It could be the random phone call, adjusting your stereo, or the lip gloss check in the mirror. Here at Farmers Insurance, we make sure you understand what coverages fit your needs. The more you know, the better you can plan. My name is Cheryl Kono, and I'm your local Farmers Insurance agent.
We are farmers. Are your kids rough on your furniture? Things looking a little run down? Then come to More Furniture in Ephrata and we can help get things back in order. We have all the top name brands made with strong quality support, including Sealy Posturepedic mattresses, because whatever you do in bed, Sealy supports it. The next time your furniture is in need of some replacing, stop into More Furniture in Ephrata, locally owned and trusted for over 100 years.
Welcome back. The driver and passenger in a black 1995 Honda Accord escaped police on Wednesday. A police officer tried to stop the car for speeding in the area near the intersection of State Route 17 and Nelson Road. The driver pulled over on South Husky Drive, exited the car, and ran on foot. Moses Lake Police Captain Dave Sands said the officer chased the driver but lost him. The passenger in the car changed seats and drove away while the officer was running after the driver. Police spoke with the registered owner in Prosser. She told them that she had sold the car and the officers contacted the man during a traffic stop in Moses Lake. The man confirmed he was the new owner. Police have a suspect and are continuing to investigate. Construction of a new dam at the south end of Moses Lake continues despite a delay due to windy weather. The Moses Lake Irrigation and Rehabilitation District received an update on the ongoing replacement of the North Dam during their monthly meeting. Strata Engineering Area Manager Paxton Anderson and Field Inspector Ryan Carter told the board that the installation of a temporary cofferdam has started, but the windy conditions may delay its completion. Temporary power and steel supports were already installed. Demolition to remove the roadway, culverts, rails, and gates are proceeding, and the upstream head wall is slated for removal once the cofferdam is finished. It is scheduled to be completed by the beginning of December. Replacement of the 85-year-old dam was required after a September 2013 inspection found it to be in imminent danger of collapse. The inspection followed the discovery of a hole in the road over the dam due to water erosion. In Northwest news, scientists think an 1872 quake with an estimated magnitude of about 7 was centered near Entiat, not far from the Columbia River at the south end of Lake Chelan. A crew led by U.S. Geological Survey geologist Brian Sherrod found evidence for the fault earlier this month in an old landslide that the shaking could have caused. The Wenatchee World reports scientists are waiting for the results of carbon dating and other expert opinions to verify the fault. The epicenter of the quake is important because it could affect the design of new structures like bridges and dams in the area. A man was sitting in his home at his desk when suddenly a tree came crashing through the roof. Now the Oregon man is hospitalized following the accident. Brent Wiesberg has the story.
This is a very complex scene. This is real similar to an urban search and rescue response.
This is the Oregon City home where a man was pinned at his desk under a tree.
He was sitting at his desk and the tree actually fell, putting him sort of face down on the desk.
Check this out. I want to show you how big this tree was, and I want to show you the force it had when it came down. This is actually the sidewalk cement that leads to a neighbor's home. I'm actually going to jump down into where the tree was, and you can see how big it is. I'm 5 foot 5 inches, and still, this tree takes up all of this area. The rescue was captured on emergency radios.
He is wedged underneath the tree, however, and he is injured.
It sounded like the gods of thunder were coming down on us.
The plan is to utilize the rams to lift the tree off the victim.
Our firefighters were able to use the Jaws of Life and other hydraulic tools to secure that tree.
Jamie Cole and her son,
this is the first,
are still in shock after watching the rescue.
I know they had to life flight at my sense. Prayers to his family. I hope he's okay.
They are now moving out until Mother Nature settles down.
I knew it was bad. I knew it wasn't a tornado, but I knew it was gonna not be pretty.
Reporting in Oregon City, I'm Brent Weisberg, KOIN 6 News.
And that's going to do it for us here at iFiber One News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.